It's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be a Tua's will. Or maybe the power of magic.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that as fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab? It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
Didn't they say something about
She
paint?
was still alive after the attack in the empty room.
I mean, I made a joke about paint.
Oh, maybe it was you.
I think I made a joke saying like, "Oh, it's just paint, guys.
Yeah.
You can wash it off."
She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
Which means the culprit attacked her twice. I have evidence of that.
Yeah, wasn't it the forehead injury? Yeah, being older.
Mm-hmm.
The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from the katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma. And I think I know why.
Smack her with a board.
After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there that the culprit finished her off.
Oh yeah.
All clear. This is all clear. What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear?
Dude, just ever since you murdered someone, you've been a little different.
What are you? All clear?
Okay.
What are you all?
Buddy, you look at the little green behind the gills there?
What are? I will not fear. I will not back down.
He wears lipstick.
Akio,
Oh.
yourself.
Does he have multiple personalities?
Oh, well, so you're gonna have fun with this one.
Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
The fuck?
What?
Wait,
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
Russell, you really have all the crazies, bud.
yeah.
Hey, you have all the crazies.
Leave my little psychopath alone.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all. It's full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog!
Uh-huh.
Nothing is clear at all!
Yeah, I remember there was a couple references where people were like, why are you acting so feminine right now? Kind of, before.
You got a lot of these rebuttals going on.
I gotta put my blade in you.
Angie was attacked in the empty room first.
Okay,
And then carried into the research lab?
sure.
Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion!
You sure?
You would tend to poison our minds with your delusions?
Why are you wearing lipstick, sir?
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story.
Dude pulling a Mrs. Doubtfire right now?
She was struck in the empty room. She was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
Also, what brand are you using? How didn't it smudge behind that mask?
And not a single drop of blood fell?
It's straight up, it's not even lipstick, it's just straight paint.
No blood stains. There was bloody duct tape.
There'd still be traces of
Yeah.
evidence
Shut up.
left behind.
The Duke
There was
tape.
no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
Calm down.
He is energetic.
Yelling right next to you. And by next to you, probably 3 or 4 people down, but chill, I'm right here.
The culprit carried Angie in such a way that he wouldn't leave blood behind. I'm sure there's a clue that's seen that proves it. You can provide Kia with the evidence,
Say the
yeah.
culprit carried Angie's body,
I'm pretty sure it's the bloody duct
and
tape.
not a single drop of blood fell. The hallway
There was
and
2
empty
yellows,
room had no
though.
blood stains.
Oh, it's not that one, it's the last one. Do you see blood in the hallway? Yeah, it's smeared. Yes, facts.
I was wrong.
All facts, no printer.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body, and not a
Yes.
single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
Oh,
Maki picked her up.
Dude, he got more talkative and more crazy.
There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt and ended up under her body.
It must have been Atua who did that for us.
Sure.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most
God,
of the
he
mystery
is-
behind Angie's
He
murder.
is losing it.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
Yeah? Would you like to enlighten us?
Well, who do you want me to pick?
Also, do you have anyone?
It had to have been fucking Crazy Pants, right?
Crazy Pants.
Who's Crazy Pants?
Yo?
Kia? Really?
What?
His
'cause
multiple
he's the-
personality
It
thing?
has to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
What's happening? I don't understand.
What the fuck? So it's true.
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
Killed both of them. Why? Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Well, I would take a million bets that you would never guess. So why?
All right, well, let's keep going.
Because she was prettier than him?
I think one of the murders was an
Tell me I'm pretty.
accident.
An accident?
What?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
The murder that was an accident.
Gotta be it.
Yeah.
That'd be silly for the other one.
Angie's murder was an accident.
What? Tenko wasn't accident?
That's right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with the seesaw trick. But while he was making preparations in the empty room, Angie walked in.
He just wanted to actually kill somebody with that trick, so he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyways.
Keep her from talking.
He's been talking about the seance for a freaking week. So of course he wanted to do it.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Then he should have just stopped there. Once he killed Angie, there was no reason for him to kill Tenko.
He only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kyo? Why you kill two of our friends?
What on earth are you talking about?
Is it his other personality?
I'm
Maybe,
not the
does he
culprit.
not know?
So, why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Korekio.
That's probably whoever this chick is.
You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their
Hey.
horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right. Yeah.
Does this big man got some like mommy issues?
Probably.
There he
I'll
goes.
find out.
What the hell's wrong with him?
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Yeah, eventually on the art channel, I want to do like spoiler alert Danganronpa art where I talk more about like each character individually. And trust me, that's going to be a long conversation.
Someone? He's just talking to himself.
And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
Because I want to feel pretty, damn it.
No matter how
She does have beautiful eyes.
this is a trivial matter. I will never acknowledge your allegations. Not a single one of them. For you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge your deductions or guesses. Well said. Good job, Correcchio. Yes, thanks.
Creeps me the fuck out!
No, you seem pretty turned down by it.
No evidence. There's no evidence that he killed Angie.
You're wrong. There is evidence.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty
Mia's still creaming
that
over
weapon
there.
tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize. 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 Come on. Apologize. 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 Apologize.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
I have no idea what's happening with Kyo. But I know what weapon he used on Angie. I have to prove it to him. What the fuck am I looking at?
I have nothing to admit.
Oh. Is this shit?
Oh, you're fighting them. I was very confused what was happening right now.
That's why I was confused too.
Are we seeing a painting right now?
So
Are we in a painting?
I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong.
Well, I will be here for a minute. I'm going to pee.
Yes.
I'll be on you.
The culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing. Why must you force your delusions on us? You're lying. That's merely a delusion.
Yeah, he ain't trying to hide it at this point.
Correcchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us?
Okay, I'm not allowed to, you know,
That's
do
merely a
these.
delusion. Well said, Correcchio.
Oh my fucking
Don't you
god.
have super? It doesn't matter what you press.
Oh
for?
yeah.
Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Correcchio.
It only helps if I, you know, I'm good at this.
Debate is meaningless. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Sure he does, honey.
Apologize. 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 I told you
Oh, God.
I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me.
You're all
Correcchio
wrong.
speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. Apologize.
I don't want to.
Apologize. Apologize.
Oh my god. Why is this so overwhelming to me?
I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me
I like
that?
rhythm games.
I like rhythm games too, but this is not the fucking rhythm game. This is stupid.
Apologize.
I play a lot of rhythm games. I can't fucking deal with this shit. It's like overwhelming.
Apologize. Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all
because you're the
wrong,
culprit.
not me.
You're wrong.
Correcchio speaks the truth.
I think this would be
Such a
Russell.
sorry lot.
What?
Apologize.
This would be you, Russell. You just be telling everybody like you're wrong.
You're
Oh my
wrong.
God. Why,
Apologize.
why is this horrible?
Told you I am not the culprit.
Apologize. 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 Apologize.
Here it comes.
Oh fucking.
I don't even know
You
what
have
it
no
is.
proof that Correcchio is the killer.
Move floor.
Removed.
Oh my god.
I told you I am not the
I hate everything.
So why are you
Hey,
looking at me
almost
like
there.
that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth.
Does he?
You have no
Okay.
proof. that
Removed
Correcchio is the
floorboard.
It ends here.
It's here.
Oh my. Hello.
Oh. They painted him like one of those French girls.
Yeah.
Hit Angie with the same
I'd still
floorboard
bang her.
used in the seesaw trick.
I'd still bang. 10 would smash.
I see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
I guess if you're bi, he's the full package.
There was a small patch of dried blood on the underside of the floorboard.
Angie's blood?
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board. But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. There's also the bloodstain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used. How?
If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
And of course, one of my characters murdered two of mine again.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works out. You picked him this time. You can't blame me.
All right, buddy, scream it out.
He just picked up the whole board.
I believe that while Kyo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
Like, I guess the room was dark, but she didn't see him at all. Like, hey, Kyo, how you doing?
Floorboard.
all you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
So it's true. This is the truth.
I do kind of wish a different character would have murdered Angie, because I think that would have been a good dynamic, having another multiple personality psychopath amongst us.
Yeah.
I just think it would have been better like to have like like them knowing that he killed Tenko and then seeing how that would develop throughout the story of just like,
exactly.
wow, you're a murderer.
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi, I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Shuichi, please, put an end to this.
I mean, you all can put an end to this. We just vote.
End this class trial.
I understand. I'll go over everything one more time.
I mean,
Picture
you don't really
time.
have to, but
It's comic
do it, I
book
guess.
time.
Kyo, I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
Don't tell him
What
you're
are you
going to
gonna
force him to do anything.
like, how you gotta do that? I'm assuming Kyo probably has the most disturbing murder that everyone's talking about.
Hmm.
Hey, who was culprit?
A weapon knocked
A weapon
Angie
knocked him.
unconscious.
I'll be bored. Yeah. Fuck you, bored. That was Duke tape.
The Duke tape. What weapon killed Angie?
That's a sickle. Didn't you have the
that was
sickle?
the sword. The sickle was for
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
other one.
Sword.
Oh, gold leaf, black made assault.
There's too many murders this case,
I
alright?
know, right? Whose effigy was stabbed with a katana? That would be Kaede, which we probably don't have yet. Handle of the spinning katana. Hit the sliding lock. I guess that's what they're going for. Yeah. When Angie's body is found, who unlocked the door? That would be Shitstick, wherever he is. It's like the angle on that always throws me off.
Okay.
What object did Tenko rest her forehead on during the seance? A small stone Himiko brought. What weapon did the culprit set up in the iron cage?
It's a sickle.
A sickle placed to kill. It's a kill. Who besides Kokichi was responsible for extinguishing the candles? It is me, the good boy.
I don't have it yet, I guess.
How was the culprit able to move around during the seance? The path made with salt.
Yeah.
When the culprit approached the cage,
No.
how did the magic circle get erased?
What he printed suits.
And you gotta find where it says remove gold leaf container.
What weapon killed Angie?
Ah. No, wait.
Removed it?
Yeah, that's an odd way to word that. Who was the culprit with the saw? Yeah, alright. Yeah, I guess that's what they want to go for. I guess.
Oh, okay. That's a stretch, but whatever.
Well, no, they just worded it wrong.
Yeah, I get you.
They should have just said katana.
Probably, yeah.
Well, then now you have everything, so you can start back to the beginning, I guess.
Okay, who was the culprit with the saw in the empty room? Did we even get him?
No.
Maybe that's the end one. Whose effigy was stabbed with the katana? Okay, Angie body was found. Who unlocked the door? That would be Shitburger. Okay, I am the boy who blows. Okay. When the culprit approached the cage. Yeah, I guess they want the cut cross piece under the floor at the beginning. How'd the magic circle get erased? Footsteps.
Alright. That's odd.
They phrased it weird on both of those accounts.
This is the truth of the case. Let's look back at the first murder. It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned.
Just sure, Russell?
Maybe.
To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the crosspieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms.
Skippity skip.
Oh, such a cutie.
When the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting crosspieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit.
He's like, I'm doing this shit whether you want me to or not. Plonk.
The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head. The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab. While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick.
I think with the blood underneath the floorboard, we probably could have concluded it.
Needed. The culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. and took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this: to overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere, and the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door.
It'd be funny if, like, the first couple times missed and he's like, shit, the door's still unlocked.
Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times.
I guess they said, yeah, he probably fucked up a lot.
The door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind.
Somebody's going, just walking through the 3rd floor, they just hear Kyo go, motherfucker, not another time!
Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body. But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder.
He wanted it. He yearned.
To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance. Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance.
Rude.
Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned.
Turtle.
Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Caged Child song. When the song finished, The soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium, but our culprit had another plan: to commit a murder in the darkness. Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle, they found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before. Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard. The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage. Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage. She was killed right before our eyes, and we didn't even see it.
That is fucked up, though.
Yeah.
After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner, finished the ritual, and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body. And while we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence.
My point is, I think you'd still be able to see that there was salt going to each corner of the room, but whatever.
That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark.
Now, does everybody just shuffle their feet the whole way inside?
Well, they also said they don't remember what the circle looked like.
True.
They needed the picture to do that.
The culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle.
What is that picture, man? That's evil.
Now we know it's certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle.
I guess he got some claws.
Yeah.
Korekio Shinguji, the
Shinguji
anthropologist.
Nice.
Bless you.
You're the culprit behind these murders.
Yeah.